Number 71. அதான் நல்ல கொஸ்டின்ஸ்லாம் அவரனால ரெக்கார்டே பண்ணிடுறேன். நம்ம பேசுகிற இது ஸ்லோகத்தை. பிரம்மண்யோ பிரம்மகிருத் பிரம்ம 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 விவர்த்தன பிரம்மவித் பிராமணோ பிரம்மி பிரம்மஜோ பிராமண பிரிய. This is one of the most important slokas of the Sri Vishnu Sahasranama. The same word seems to be repeated many a time. Each one has a different purport, that is different and deep meaning. The first line starts with Brahmanyaya Namaha. The first meaning that is being given to this Brahmanyaya is that Vishnu is one who is closer to austerities, Vedas and Jnana, or he is the one who knows all these three, or who is the personification of these three. That is Tapo Vedacha, Vipracha, Jnanancha, Brahma Samhitam. In Anya, whenever that na is attached to some word, especially a noun or a specific quality, common noun, that means it is near. So when we say in Sanskrit, when we describe our anukulavagidare, you can understand that in Kannada, Tamil anukulama irukkan peru. For anukula, you will not get a substitute word, equivalent word in English. Anukula means helpful nu eduthuka mudiyadhu. That is, I think if you can understand, it's okay. Helpful ingradha vida anukulamna is being present. Anukula is anukula. This is a simple way. That is Brahma Krite Namaha. Brahma Krite Namaha means he is the one who is responsible for the emergence of austerities and the things that are sattvic. Brahma Krite. Brahmane Namaha. Brahmane Namaha. In this sense, in this sentence, you have to take this as Brahmane means he is the Brahma in his aspect of manifesting this cosmos. Then next Brahman. Next Brahmane. Brahmane. This Brahmane means he is the Parabrahma who resides in the as Paravasudeva. Brahmanyo, Brahmakrit, Brahma, Brahma. Brahma means, that word we have to explain as Brahma, the one who creates, and Brahma. Brahma means Brahman, that is the reality. Brahma Vivardhana. Brahma Vivardhana. In Sanskrit, the term Vivardhana means differentiation. I have explained in many a times, the Brahman got differentiated from his original state of Sat, Chit and Ananda because of its modification. Because of its modification that had taken place, because the Purusha, the active principle, had a sparsha matra with Prakriti, from which came the 24 tattvas. Then from that came the world of names and forms. So Brahma Vivardhanaya Namaha. And also, we should also note that when we say the fundamental principle is the fundamental principle of the cosmos is Parabrahma, and it manifests itself. It I would not even say, a much better word would be differentiates itself. That is Vivardhana. When it differentiates itself, with the help of which does it differentiate itself? Or put it in a more logical order, how does he become a cause to bring out this effect? So, if he is the cause, what is the nature of that cause? Because we know essentially there are 3 types of causes, even though there are 7 types, broadly, because the other 4 are a derivative of these 3 causes. For any event that takes place in the cosmos, there are three causes which we assume, because things do not happen because of some cause. It is, as I said earlier in earlier my classes, events happen. It is a method of our intellect and mind to connect these two events that are happening in the universe. Now, what are the three causes? One cause is the material cause. The material is needed to create something. Then, if the material itself is available, then there should be an intelligent cause. That means, if you want to prepare a pot, you should need clay. That is the material. Then, by material itself, it doesn't become clay. You need an intelligent being to change it, to design it as a pot. That is intelligent cause. These two alone is not enough. If there is intelligent cause and also the material cause, there is something should be there to shape that. That is called instrumental cause. That instrumental cause is also there. Apart from that, we have another subsidiary cause of that. There should be a hetu. That is, hetu means there should be a desire to create. So, in all these things, the moment we say the Parabrahman is one and it differentiates itself into various things of the cosmos, then if the material cause and the material cause, instrumental cause, hetu and intelligent cause, all of them are different, then that would be limiting the Parabrahman's quality, which means it is not the Parabrahma. It is dependent on so many factors, which is a fallacy. Therefore, the Parabrahman is one and is the material cause, instrumental cause, and also the intelligent cause for the manifestation or the existence of the appear to exist. We should use the term appear to exist, the world of names and forms. That is Brahma Vivardhanaya Namaha. Brahma Vite Namaha. Brahma Vite Namaha means one who nurtures the qualities of Brahma. Brahma, here Brahman, that is essentially Brahman is Sat, that is the sense of being, that is Sat, Chit and Ananda. Also, he is also one who also nurtures Dharma, because the status of Sat itself is Dharma, being. Then Brahma Vite Namaha. Brahma Vite, then the meaning also that he is the one who knows the Brahman. Brahma Vite, with the name to know or to realize is the Vedas. That is that the same way Brahma Vite, he knows the Parabrahma. Now, Brahmanaya Namaha. What is Brahmana? One who realizes the Brahman. He is the one who has realized the Brahman, Parabrahman, and he teaches the Parabrahma Tattva in the form of Brahmins. Now the question will come. Brahmine Namaha. Now the question here is, two explanations here. I'll go in deep into that. He was born as Dattatreya from Atri Maharshi. Dattatreya is an avatar of Mahavishnu. Dattatreya was born essentially to spread Vedas when it was undergoing a Kshinadasa, when it was undergoing some bad phase. Now the question would come, then who is a Brahmin? This is normally a question everybody asks. We should also understand. Being Brahmins ourselves, we should know what we are. Number one, the correct definition of the term Brahman is the correct term. Brahmana, Brahma iti Brahmana. One who has realized the Parabrahman is the Brahmana. The second, the next level is, not all people could have realized Brahman, many of us, all of us. However, there are some basic attributes through which a Brahmin is to be identified, or in our, today's parlance, a Brahmin can be profiled. What are they? There are 6 duties of a Brahmin. Definition is given. I have given a detailed article on that. That is, one who studies Vedas and teaches Vedas. Studies Vedas, number 1 quality. Number 2, teaches Vedas. Number 3, who performs yajnas and also who makes others perform yajnas. For yajnam yajanam. 4. Number 5 is that he does not seek anything for himself and he does not keep anything for tomorrow for himself or his family. That is, in practical terms, a Brahmin is not supposed to keep even dhanya for tomorrow. The another last qualification is that he has to pray for the welfare of all living beings. These are the 6 qualities of a Brahmin. The essential qualification is to have realized Brahman, then these are the other 6 qualities. However, today, because of the yagas and yajnas being performed by the ancestors, the tendency towards the sattvic and learning of something which is sacred is in a particular community. So that is how it has to be brought forward, and the quality has to be enhanced by following the Swadharma of Brahmana. The Swadharma of Brahmana is to make sure that they do not covet things, asteya. That is, they are not supposed to be greedy for anything. They should be happy with what they have, and they should be in a position to be contented and happy. So that is the essential qualification of being a Brahmin. That Brahmanas, even though we have various devatas, only Vishnu in practical terms is approved as Brahmins, as a Brahmana, even though by the performance of his actions, that of being a protector and Kshatriya. Kshama, Vishnu is a Kshatriya because he is protecting people. Whereas, why he is being made as a Brahmin? Because he is a Yajna Swarupa, Dharma Swarupa, and that is the reason in all the Shraddha and other ceremonies for ancestors, a separate plate is being called as Vishnu Ele. It doesn't have any connotation. There is no difference between Sri Vaishnavas and people who worship Shiva. In all these places, the term Vishnu Ele is being used for one reason, is that he is a Yajna Swarupa, that's why he is a Brahmin. And again, in the practical level, because as a Brahmana Avadara, he is a Brahmin. Third, Vishnu Ele is being said. And another most important part is, Vishnu has repeatedly been saying, he is the one who is the Lord of the souls. Once after somebody departs from the body, once somebody is dead, Vishnu is the one who takes charge of in everything that happens after death. The next sloka. Yes?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes?
So, from your explanation, I feel like Brahmanas, nowadays we say, right, Brahmin means it's a caste, like you are Brahmin, you are this, you are that. So we classify Brahmins as caste. But from your explanation, I feel that Brahmin is a way of living, like Buddhism, it is a way of living.
Exactly. You are 100% right on that. Let me clarify some points also. Because the misinformation on the term caste has been going around the world for quite some time. Say, to be specific, this has come, if you check up, I have written a series of articles, what caste is, and how this term has come into being, and what is the justification, what is the reason. Number one, we have to first understand the term caste does not mean what it is purported to mean today. The caste is not even an English word. It is a Portuguese word which denotes an ethnic group with a specific characteristics peculiar to them, which it is not applicable to the caste sphere. Now let us know what is caste. Number one, we have to understand two concepts. People have a very, very bad habit of clubbing two things without understanding. Even people who are supposed to be Brahmin, Varnashrama Dharma Brahmins. First of all, let us understand the term Varna and Ashrama. Varna in Sanskrit, the grossest meaning, it's also in the same in Kannada and also in Tamil. Varna means color. The subtle meaning of Varna is disposition, the tendency. That is, everyone who is born in the world has certain tendency. Now, you have certain tendency or a particular skill set, today's language, that is how I have to use disposition, skill set to lean to something peculiar to you. What you are interested in doing, you are naturally disposed towards doing, I may not have it. In that sense, everyone in this universe is unique. You like certain things in the universe, that is, you like to eat certain things, you have certain qualities, and you prefer a particular mode of life. This entirely depends on your disposition. The second aspect, this differs from individual to individual. Number two is the character. What is character? The character is the ability to, number one, to withstand the pressures of life, basically adhering to dharma. What is dharma? Dharma is very difficult to understand. In broadest terms, there are certain eternal principles which one should follow. For instance, not hurting others. I am just putting it in the negative sense, in the negative way of protecting. Not hurt, because other things are very natural. When I say not hurting others, instead of saying straight away, say the nature of human being is tend to be violent. That is our nature. We try to say no. It is not, because by the theory of evolution, even by Swabhava, we try to score over others. If we have only one morsel of food and if we go without food, we have about 4 people, even if they are very close to us, I think we will even go to the extent of even killing them to take that morsel of food, depending on the hunger you have. Right? That is your Swabhava. Let us not try to delude ourselves. So that is the Swabhava. Therefore, it is very difficult to tide over that. So that is why it is called a virtue. Right? Going along with the tide is not virtue. Going against it is therefore non-violence, aparigraha, that is not wanting others, not hurting, and simply put, without troubling others in any way, whatever that is possible. This is the broadest definition of dharma. Under this, depending on circumstances, it will change. So this forms the essential core. And also the swartha. Swartha in Sanskrit means selfishness. That selfishness should be kept to the minimum, because selfishness is inborn in the individual, because there can be no altruism. You know what altruism is? For the welfare of others and the society. There is no altruism without a self-interest. Let us not try to deny it because it is a fact. Because you do not do certain things unless it gives you some pleasure. You do not engage in an activity unless it gives you a reward. We have to accept that. But which is better, what one should do is that which gives the greatest help, greatest guidance to the people around you with less benefit to you. So this is based on this type of character and your predetermination, your quality of life is determined, what you are likely to learn. Number one. Now I'll go a little further. Now you are taking this class. I have about nearly 40 students or 45 various classes they are taking. Today we have lot of diversions. Today OTT platforms have come. Today you have a tab, everything. You can even watch everything. You got other activities to go outside, go to pub, go and hang out people, dinner and everything. But why do you choose this? Why do other people do not choose it? So that makes you different. That makes a difference. I am not passing a judgment, saying that coming to a sloka class that you are virtuous and going to a pub or a party is non-virtuous. What I am simply saying is that see the difference. The same age group, same economic group, right? With all that, why do people differ? Even if a child, if two the siblings, even though they are born of the same mother and father, why is it they are different? It is because of their disposition. So you are gravitating towards something. That is one part. So this is one based on your disposition. Based on this disposition, the society functions. How does the society function? Because fundamentally human being is violent by nature. It is a physics. It is biology. You have to know that. Now, even the birth of the universe is because of a Big Bang. Right? Only in one's destruction, something creative will come. Now, what I am trying to essentially say is that when the society coalesces, certain jobs have to be carried out. Right? When jobs are being carried out, not everyone has the same skill set. Somebody tends to do certain job only because of their predisposition and their skill set. For example, you may be good in coding, right? Even say, let me put it, that will be going too much of specific. You may be very good in IT industry, let us say. Somebody may be good in singing, somebody in painting, somebody in simply making money, somebody is working for others, somebody becoming an entrepreneur. And there are yet somebody who do not want to take an initiative and work under somebody and make money and then keep quiet. So, on this basis, an individual has chosen a path for themselves. Then that group of the similar disposition have started practicing. Now, that has become a group. That is how one of the group. So, the necessity of differentiation between human beings, however we try to say, however noble the thought may arise, that all are born equal and that as such all are identical. Theoretically it is fine. But unfortunately, an organism survives only by outshining others. Now you are working in an office. What will you be trying to do? You will try to outshine others. You will try to overshadow others by your skill set. If you are in a jungle, if you are an animal, you will kill the other one and then dominate others because it is your nature. Now this is a system where the caste identity, I would not say caste, this sort of differentiation between various groups of people, it is innate. If you do not classify it properly, it will lead to violence. So what is being done? Certain characteristics people, they continuously do one job. And it is easy for them. For example, today you find husband and wife, both are doctors. What do their children study? They become doctors. Chartered accountant children, they become doctors. They become chartered accountant. You see lawyers, they become lawyers. What is this? Nothing but practice of certain activities based on, number one, their inclination or predisposition and the environment in which they are brought up. So there are certain people, one group are devoted. I would not use the term devoted because some people may take objection to it. Some people are interested in learning intellectually about all the things that have a philosophical connotation. After that, what? Not that others do not have. This group has a higher rate of percentage-wise more. So, they learn the tattvas and later whatever. So, for example, this that is Vedas, etc., etc. Then they attempt to go on spirituality. Now, the another group is one who it wants to run the wheels of the economy, that becomes Vaishya economy. Another group is one, see, a man is born with a tendency with 3 desires in life. Basically, if you break them down, 3 for land, then gold, then women. These are the 3 essential driving forces in evolution. So when people start grabbing the money, so those people, they become kings, and also it is their nature to see for expansion, they have to protect their people. Then they become Kshatriyas. The one who protects, and also he is the graciousness. Kshama means you also, Kshamas, Samas, Samihana. You also take a little, you being a patient also. Then, as I said, one is Brahmana, another is Vaishya, another is Kshatriyas. Then what is Sudra? Sudras are people. Now today you can straight away, you just is equal to executives. That's all. People who carry out orders. That's all. That is not an insult, right? Today you call an executive, what is that? Now this is in terms of, what happened? In terms of the duty allocation. Now you see the sociological implication. Now, everybody wants to identify oneself with one group. However much you can say, I don't, you will. How? Say, proposing you leave your, whatever community you belong, today you leave. You leave it. Okay, you feel that it is insulting. See, it is a question of your identity. You are straight away saying that you lose your identity. Because it is one of your identity. Because today it is very, very, what should I say? It is fashionable to say. Now you look at it this way. Okay, you come out of that identity. So I don't belong to X, group. Now, at the end of it, I'll give you one quote, a real life quote, I'll tell you, and one of the topmost executives have said. And okay, now let me, before that. Now, you leave that. Now, how do you identify yourself? You go to US, how do you identify yourself? When you see somebody, I am an Indian. Okay. When you do another Indian, how do you identify yourself? First, initially you will say, I am from Karnataka. When you say Karnataka again, what will you say? Karnataka illi sartavu, Bangalore. Okay? It will come. From Bangalore, yav the area sir? Chamarajpete na? Next. Then again, after you come to that, then you come to street level. Understood? Then you can come to family level. Correct? Ee bidina? Mane na sir? Mane? Namdu sir, nam tai tande. There you stop. See, it is a question of individual's identity. So you try to say that. Okay? So, see what happened is, Shivanada's daughter, the Shivanada, no? That computer guy. His daughter, they belong to the Nadar community. Right? The Nadar community is a very, commercial, enterprising community from down south of Tamil Nadu, Tirunelveli, Thoothukudi belt. And Shivanada led it. And now he shares everything, had gone to his daughter. So as usual in Tamil Nadu, we have people who neither know Tamil, nor know Sanskrit, nor they know culture, nor they know Samskriti. Their only qualification is that they can talk. They simply said, as if they are talking to somebody, they just told her, Why do you call yourself as an Nara? That girl also, she is probably quite young, maybe 35, less than 40. Why do you call yourself as an Nara? She said, you have no business to tell me what I should call myself. Tomorrow at this, then that is my identity. Tomorrow you will come and tell me that you should not say I belong to this town. Tomorrow you will come and say I am his so-and-so's son or daughter. This is how I identify myself. What is your problem? Right? So this, he put it in a proper perspective. So this is Varna. So Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam. The another attack is that Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita, so the Brahmins community has dominated this and created caste system. Yes, nobody denies. Krishna says that. Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam. Correct? The chap who said that, is he a Brahmin? He is a Yadava. So who created this jati? Krishna. A Yadava has created. Brahmins no business in that. The meaning is that you have not understood. The Varna means only a disposition. That's all. That's all. More than that, there is no meaning. Then, because of that, then he explained what is Chaturvarnyam, what is the disposition. Whatever I explain is I put it in modern language what Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita. None of this Ramanan's opinion. People have to read the original text. Then, there's another confusion. Asrama. Varnashrama dharma has to be destroyed. In Karnataka and everywhere also we have. What is ashrama? You want to destroy it? I will give it to you in writing. You can neither destroy ashrama nor can you destroy caste. So long as human beings are alive, the differentiation between individuals will exist. What had happened in communism? Communism destroyed the inequalities. Well, what happened? Then why did the USSR break down? Because there were two classes. One is called the proletariat and the other one is the rulers. Finished. That's why it broke down. Today you got Western country. Western countries, everybody is treated equally. Other religions, they do not have division. Christianity has got over 6,000 subdivisions. Islam has got over 649 castes in Tamil Nadu alone. What I am saying, I am not justifying. I am saying it is nature. It is human nature to show that this is how it will happen. You have to regulate. This is a very, very harmless way of running the society. Now, asrama. Asrama cannot be destroyed. What is asrama? Asrama means stages in life. That's all. One can have any minimum 3 stages. Fourth one is your optional. First stage is you remain unmarried. Then you become married. Then you either